Ladies and gentlemen, we often talk about achieving success, reaching goals, and living our dreams. But the truth is, success doesn't come from a single, monumental event. It's not about one big win or a stroke of luck. No, real success is built in the everyday moments, the small, deliberate actions we take day in and day out to improve ourselves. Think about it, every day is a fresh opportunity. Every morning we wake up, we're given the chance to be a little bit better than we were yesterday. We have the power to shape our lives, not by waiting for the perfect circumstances, but by improving ourselves in small, consistent ways. What does that look like? It's simple. It's choosing to read that book instead of scrolling through social media. It's taking that extra step to learn something new, even when no one's watching. It's showing up again and again, even when you're tired or the path seems unclear. It's asking yourself, how can I be better today than I was yesterday? Self-improvement is not about perfection. It's not about becoming someone else or chasing someone else's idea of success. It's about refining who you are. It's about focusing on progress, on becoming the best version of yourself. Ask yourself, what can I do today to grow? What habits can I adopt that will make tomorrow easier and more fulfilling? What decisions can I make that my future self will thank me for? Because here's the truth, the person you become in 5 years starts with the decisions you make today. You can't plant seeds of laziness and expect to harvest success. You can't neglect your health, your mind, or your relationships and think that somehow everything will fall into place. It doesn't work like that. The secret is in the small, seemingly insignificant choices. The secret is in consistency. The secret is in deciding every day to take one step forward, even when it's uncomfortable, even when it's difficult, even when you don't feel like it. Growth comes through challenge. Improvement comes through effort. But let me tell you something else, no one else can do this for you. Your future isn't handed to you by luck or fate. It's shaped by the actions you take. The responsibility is yours. If you want to change your life, start by changing yourself. Do it for yourself, not for anyone else. Do it because you owe it to yourself to live fully, to reach your potential. Do it because you were made for more than just going through the motions. You were made to grow, to evolve, to improve. So commit to improvement. Commit to showing up for yourself every single day. Because when you focus on getting just 1% better each day, those small gains compound into extraordinary results. And before you know it, you'll be living a life that reflects the effort, discipline, and care you've put into yourself. Improving yourself every day isn't just a habit. It's a mindset, a way of life. And if you embrace it, if you truly commit to it, you'll not only transform your life, but you'll inspire others around you to do the same. The future you want is built today, so start building. Improve yourself every single day. Success is often thought of as a grand achievement, something monumental that happens overnight. We celebrate the big milestones, the promotions, the business launches, the awards, and we tell stories of individuals who seemingly made it in a flash. Yet, if we delve deeper into the stories of successful people, we'll find a much different narrative. Success is not the product of a single defining moment. Rather, it's the accumulation of small, consistent actions taken daily. These seemingly insignificant decisions and actions, repeated over time, shape the trajectory of our lives and bring us closer to our goals. Every action, no matter how small, carries weight. It might seem like a simple decision to read a few pages of a book or spend 15 minutes learning a new skill, but these small actions compound over time. Just as compound interest works to grow wealth steadily, repeated actions build habits that become the foundation for greater achievements. Habits, once established, create momentum. They shift behavior from something deliberate and effortful into something automatic and almost effortless. This shift allows for consistency, which is one of the most critical factors in the journey to success. Consider the analogy of planting a seed. At first, it may seem as if nothing is happening. You water the seed, nurture the soil, and ensure it gets sunlight, but the seed remains hidden beneath the surface. You cannot see its progress. However, beneath the soil, growth is happening. Roots are spreading, establishing a firm foundation that will allow the plant to eventually break through and grow into something much larger. In the same way, the small daily actions we take may not provide immediate results, but over time they set the stage for something greater to emerge. Success in this sense is built on patience and trust in the process. It requires a mindset that values long-term gains over immediate rewards. This can be particularly challenging in a world that is so focused on instant gratification. With technology and social media at our fingertips, we are conditioned to expect quick results. We want the fastest solution, the easiest path, and the immediate payoff. However, true success rarely conforms to this timeline. It requires persistence, often in the face of delayed rewards. The people who achieve lasting success are those who have learned to focus on the process rather than the outcome. Daily actions might include things as simple as exercising regularly, eating healthy, reading, practicing a skill, or setting aside time for personal reflection. None of these actions in isolation will lead to immediate success, but over time they build a foundation that supports larger achievements. For example, a person who commits to exercising for 30 minutes every day might not see significant changes in their body within the first week, or even the first month. However, after several months, they will likely notice improvements in their physical health, energy levels, and mental clarity. These benefits will accumulate over time, leading to long-term well-being and vitality. The same principle applies to intellectual growth. Reading a few pages of a book or dedicating time to learning each day might not feel transformative in the short term. Yet, over a year, these small actions compound into significant knowledge and personal development. A person who reads 10 pages a day will have read over 3,600 pages in a year, equivalent to several books. This knowledge and exposure to new ideas can open doors to new opportunities, improve problem-solving skills, and foster creativity. The beauty of small daily actions is that they are manageable. Success can feel overwhelming when we think of it as something massive and far off in the distance. The idea of achieving a long-term goal, such as running a marathon, starting a business, or mastering a new language, can seem daunting. However, when we break these goals down into small, daily tasks, they become much more approachable. Running a marathon starts with a single step, and writing a book starts with a single sentence. These small steps might not seem like much, but they move us forward, inch by inch, day by day. Another key element in the power of small actions is consistency. While the actions themselves may seem insignificant in the moment, it is the act of repeating them daily that creates momentum. Consistency builds discipline and resilience. The person who commits to working on their craft every day, even for just 15 minutes, is far more likely to achieve mastery than someone who works sporadically in bursts of motivation. The small daily efforts accumulate into something far more powerful than any single grand gesture could ever accomplish. Take the example of someone learning to play a musical instrument. If they practice for 10 or 15 minutes every day, they may not notice dramatic improvements initially. However, over the course of weeks and months, their skills will improve significantly. Contrast this with someone who practices for hours on a single day, but then skips practice for several weeks. The second person might feel like they're putting in more effort in the short term, but the lack of consistency will hinder their progress. It's the small daily actions that lead to sustained growth and improvement. It's important to note that the small actions leading to success are not always glamorous. Often they are tedious, mundane, or even uncomfortable. Waking up early to exercise, spending time in self-reflection, sticking to a budget, or practicing a difficult skill can feel like a grind. But it is in these moments of discomfort that growth happens. Success is not about being perfect every day, but about showing up consistently, even when it's hard, even when we don't feel like it. This is where discipline comes into play. Discipline is the ability to do what needs to be done, even when we don't want to do it. It's easy to take action when we're feeling motivated or inspired, but the real test comes when motivation wanes. Those who succeed understand that motivation is fleeting, but discipline can be cultivated and maintained over time. By developing the habit of taking small, positive actions daily, we create a framework that supports discipline. Over time, these actions become second nature, and the resistance we feel toward doing them decreases. Moreover, small daily actions have a cumulative effect on our mindset. When we commit to doing something every day, no matter how small, we begin to build a sense of self-efficacy, the belief in our ability to achieve our goals. Each small win reinforces the idea that we are capable of change and growth. This creates a positive feedback loop. The more we believe in our ability to succeed, the more motivated we become to continue taking action. This in turn leads to more success, which further strengthens our confidence. It's a virtuous cycle. On the other hand, when we neglect small actions, the opposite happens. Small actions can either build us up or hold us back, depending on how we approach them. Procrastination, poor habits, and inaction also compound over time. Skipping one workout might not seem like a big deal, but if it becomes a habit, it can derail an entire fitness plan. Similarly, small negative behaviors, such as spending too much time on distractions or neglecting responsibilities, can accumulate and create bigger problems down the road. Just as positive actions compound, so do negative ones. Thus, it's crucial to be mindful of the choices we make each day. Success is not determined by one monumental event, but by the sum of all the small decisions we make over time. Each day offers an opportunity to take a step in the direction of our goals or to veer off course. The power lies in recognizing that every action counts, no matter how small. In conclusion, success is built through small, daily actions that, over time, lead to significant achievements. It's about focusing on the process rather than the outcome, staying consistent, and trusting that the effort we put in today will pay off in the future. By taking small steps each day, we create habits, build momentum, and develop the discipline needed to achieve long-term success. Focusing on progress, not perfection, is a concept that emphasizes the importance of consistent effort and improvement over time, rather than striving for an unattainable ideal. This mindset shift can be transformative, as it encourages growth, resilience, and personal development without the debilitating pressure of achieving flawlessness. Perfection is often a mirage, an unrealistic standard that can lead to frustration, burnout, and a sense of failure. On the other hand, focusing on progress allows for incremental advancements, learning from mistakes, and appreciating the journey as much as the destination. At its core, the idea of progress over perfection recognizes that growth is a process. Every step forward, no matter how small, contributes to a broader trajectory of improvement. When individuals focus solely on perfection, they can become paralyzed by the fear of failure or criticism, which inhibits their ability to take risks, try new things, or even begin a project. Perfectionism creates a mental framework where anything less than the ideal is unacceptable, which can lead to procrastination or avoidance, because the pressure to perform flawlessly becomes overwhelming. When we shift our focus to progress, we allow ourselves the freedom to experiment, to fail, and to learn. Every effort, regardless of its outcome, becomes valuable because it teaches us something. This mindset fosters a more sustainable approach to personal and professional development. In any field, whether it be academic, creative, or physical, the pursuit of perfection can stifle creativity and innovation. A person consumed by the desire for perfection may hesitate to try new methods or approaches, fearing that the outcome won't meet an impossible standard. In contrast, someone focused on progress is more likely to explore new ideas, take risks, and ultimately achieve more, because they are not constrained by the fear of imperfection. This shift in perspective can also reduce anxiety and improve mental well-being. Perfectionism often leads to feelings of inadequacy, as people constantly compare themselves to an ideal that doesn't exist. This can lead to chronic stress, as the pressure to be perfect is relentless. When individuals focus on progress, they can celebrate their achievements, no matter how small, which builds confidence and motivation. Progress-based thinking fosters a growth mindset, where challenges are seen as opportunities for development, rather than threats to one's self-worth. In the professional world, the focus on progress over perfection can be particularly valuable. The workplace is often a setting where perfectionism thrives, fueled by competition, high expectations, and the constant pursuit of excellence. However, this can lead to a culture of fear, where mistakes are hidden or avoided rather than addressed. A focus on progress encourages open communication, collaboration, and a willingness to admit mistakes in the service of learning and improvement. It allows for more flexible, adaptive problem-solving and can lead to more innovative outcomes. By fostering an environment where progress is valued, organizations can create a healthier, more productive workplace culture. Moreover, the idea of progress over perfection has implications for leadership. Leaders who embrace this mindset can inspire their teams to take initiative, experiment, and learn without the fear of failure. These leaders model resilience and adaptability, showing that setbacks are part of the journey and not indicators of worth or ability. In this way, progress-focused leadership encourages a culture of continuous improvement, where learning and growth are prioritized over maintaining an illusion of infallibility. In education, too, the emphasis on progress can transform the learning experience. Traditional education systems often focus on right and wrong answers, reinforcing a perfectionist mindset where the goal is to avoid mistakes rather than understand and engage with the material. When educators emphasize progress, they create an environment where students feel safe to explore ideas, ask questions, and make mistakes. This encourages deeper learning and critical thinking, as students are not solely focused on getting the right answer, but on understanding the process and developing their skills over time. The concept of progress over perfection also applies to personal relationships and self-care. In relationships, expecting perfection either from oneself or from others can create tension and dissatisfaction. People are inherently flawed, and holding them to an unattainable standard can lead to frustration and disappointment. Focusing on progress, however, allows for more compassion, understanding, and patience. It acknowledges that relationships, like individuals, evolve and grow over time. Challenges and conflicts become opportunities for growth and connection, rather than reasons for criticism or blame. In terms of self-care, progress over perfection encourages individuals to prioritize their well-being without the pressure of adhering to strict, unrealistic standards. Many people set lofty goals for self-improvement, such as exercising every day, eating perfectly healthy meals, or maintaining a flawless work-life balance. When they inevitably fall short of these goals, they may feel discouraged and give up entirely. However, when the focus is on progress, every small step, whether it's a short walk, a healthy meal, or a moment of rest, is seen as an accomplishment. This approach makes self-care more sustainable and less daunting, as it removes the all-or-nothing mentality that perfectionism fosters. The impact of focusing on progress rather than perfection extends to creative endeavors as well. Creativity often requires a willingness to make mistakes, experiment with ideas, and produce work that may not be perfect, but serves as a stepping stone to something greater. Artists, writers, and innovators who are paralyzed by perfectionism may struggle to complete their work as they are constantly revising, editing, or doubting their efforts. Those who embrace progress, however, understand that the creative process is iterative. Each draft, sketch, or prototype is a necessary part of the journey toward creating something meaningful. By focusing on progress, creatives can free themselves from the burden of perfection and allow their work to evolve organically. In the realm of personal development, focusing on progress encourages individuals to be kinder to themselves. It shifts the focus from self-criticism to self-compassion, recognizing that growth takes time and that mistakes are a natural part of the process. This mindset helps people develop resilience, as they learn to view setbacks not as failures but as opportunities for learning and improvement. It also encourages a more realistic understanding of success, where incremental progress is celebrated rather than dismissed in pursuit of an unattainable ideal. Focusing on progress also helps to counteract the comparison trap that many people fall into. In today's social media-driven world, it's easy to compare oneself to others who seem to have it all figured out, whether it's their career, relationships, or personal achievements. Perfectionism can thrive in this environment, as people constantly measure themselves against curated versions of other people's lives. When the focus shifts to progress, however, individuals can appreciate their own journey without the need for comparison. They recognize that everyone's path is different, and that what matters most is their own growth and development, not how they stack up against others. Furthermore, focusing on progress fosters a sense of gratitude. When individuals are constantly striving for perfection, they often overlook the progress they've already made. They become fixated on what's missing or what still needs to be done, rather than appreciating how far they've come. A progress-oriented mindset encourages people to reflect on their achievements, however small, and to be grateful for the steps they've taken. This shift in focus can lead to greater satisfaction and fulfillment, as individuals begin to see the value in the journey rather than just the end result. Progress over perfection is also a mindset that supports long-term success. Perfectionism can lead to burnout, as individuals push themselves to the brink in an effort to meet impossible standards. Over time, this can result in exhaustion, frustration, and a loss of motivation. In contrast, focusing on progress allows for a more sustainable approach to success. It recognizes that growth takes time and that consistency rather than intensity is key. By valuing progress, individuals are more likely to stay committed to their goals, as they are not constantly battling the discouragement that comes with striving for perfection. In summary, focusing on progress rather than perfection is a powerful mindset shift that can positively impact all areas of life. It encourages growth, resilience, and creativity by removing the pressure to be flawless. It fosters a healthier approach to personal development, relationships, and self-care, and it promotes a more sustainable path to success. By embracing progress, individuals can appreciate the journey, learn from their mistakes, and ultimately achieve more than they ever could by chasing an unattainable ideal. The power of small, consistent choices lies at the very core of how our lives evolve and transform. It is often easy to overlook the impact of these seemingly insignificant decisions, but their cumulative effect can lead to profound changes over time. We live in a society that often emphasizes big, bold moves, dramatic shifts, and instant results, but this mindset tends to overshadow the quiet, persistent influence of smaller actions. In reality, the tiny decisions we make every day, though barely noticeable on their own, shape the trajectory of our lives in ways that far surpass any singular event or action. The idea of small, consistent choices creating substantial outcomes is not just theoretical, it's a practical truth grounded in various fields from psychology and neuroscience to finance and health. The human brain is wired to recognize and reward immediate gratification, which is why we often struggle to appreciate the value of small actions. We are drawn to shortcuts and quick fixes because they promise fast results, but these usually fade just as quickly as they appear. On the other hand, small, deliberate choices may not provide immediate payoff, but over time, they build a foundation of lasting change. Consider the power of compound interest in finance. A small investment made consistently over many years can grow into a significant sum, not because of any one large contribution, but due to the cumulative effect of many small contributions over time. This principle of compounding applies equally to other areas of life. In health, for example, consistently making small improvements to diet and exercise habits leads to lasting results, not the short-lived effects of a crash diet or an intense but unsustainable workout regimen. Habits play a crucial role in the power of small choices. Habits are formed through repetition, and once they are established, they become automatic, requiring less cognitive effort to maintain. This is the key to why small, consistent choices are so powerful once they become habits. They operate almost unconsciously, allowing us to make progress without constant deliberation or struggle. The brain is a pattern-seeking organ, and once it identifies a behavior as routine, it conserves energy by automating it. This is why it's easier to brush your teeth every morning without thinking about it, compared to starting a new habit like going to the gym. Once established, these habits, though initially small, become pillars of our identity and behavior, guiding us toward our long-term goals without the need for ongoing willpower. In the context of personal development, small, consistent choices can be seen as micro-investments in the future self. Each small action we take either moves us closer to or further away from the person we want to become. For example, someone who wants to become a better writer might commit to writing just one paragraph each day. On any given day, this action may seem insignificant, but after a year, they will have produced a substantial body of work. The same principle applies to learning a new skill, improving relationships, or pursuing a professional goal. It's not about making one grand, sweeping change, but about showing up every day and taking incremental steps in the right direction. The challenge for many people is that small, consistent choices don't produce noticeable results in the short term, and this can be discouraging. Human beings are wired to seek feedback, and when we don't see immediate progress, it's easy to give up. But this is where faith in the process becomes essential. Just because results are not immediately visible does not mean that progress isn't happening. Imagine planting a seed in the ground. For weeks, there may be no visible sign that anything is happening, but beneath the surface, the seed is sprouting roots, gathering nutrients, and preparing to grow. The same is true for small, consistent actions. The initial stages may not show visible results, but over time, the growth becomes exponential. One of the most powerful aspects of small, consistent choices is that they are accessible to everyone. Not everyone has the ability to make large, dramatic changes in their life overnight, whether due to financial, social, or personal constraints. However, anyone can make a small change today and repeat that action tomorrow. The cumulative effect of these small actions is within reach for everyone, regardless of their circumstances. This democratizes the process of personal growth and achievement, making it available to all who are willing to put in the effort consistently over time. This brings us to another critical point about the power of small choices. They allow us to avoid the trap of perfectionism. Perfectionism often paralyzes people, convincing them that if they can't do something perfectly, it's not worth doing at all. However, small, consistent choices help bypass this trap by focusing on progress rather than perfection. When the goal is to make small improvements, there's no pressure to be perfect. This takes the stress out of the process and allows for growth without the fear of failure. In fact, small failures along the way become less intimidating when the focus is on consistency rather than on flawless execution. Moreover, small, consistent choices help build resilience. Life is full of setbacks, challenges, and obstacles, and it's easy to lose momentum when things don't go as planned. However, when the emphasis is on taking small steps, it becomes easier to get back on track after a disruption. Missing one day of practice or making one poor decision doesn't feel like a complete failure when the focus is on long-term consistency. The ability to recover quickly from setbacks is a hallmark of resilience, and it's a skill that is developed through the practice of making small, consistent choices. In addition to resilience, these small choices cultivate discipline. Discipline is often misunderstood as a rigid, joyless adherence to a strict regimen, But in reality, it is the freedom to do what needs to be done, even when it's difficult. Small, consistent actions build discipline because they require a daily commitment, even when motivation wanes. This daily practice of discipline eventually turns into a habit, and once the habit is established, it becomes easier to maintain. Over time, discipline becomes less about forcing oneself to do something and more about following through with ingrained behaviors that are aligned with long-term goals. The concept of momentum is also closely tied to the power of small, consistent choices. Just as it's difficult to push a stationary car, it's challenging to make big changes in life from a standstill. However, once momentum is built through small actions, it becomes easier to keep going. Each small success builds confidence and creates the energy needed to take the next step. The key is to start small and let momentum build naturally over time. As small actions accumulate, they create a sense of forward motion, and this momentum makes it easier to continue making progress. Furthermore, small, consistent choices provide a framework for measuring success in a more meaningful way. Instead of relying on external validation or waiting for a big payoff, success becomes about the process itself. Each day that a small positive action is taken becomes a success in its own right. This shift in perspective allows people to find satisfaction in the journey rather than just in the destination. It's a more sustainable and fulfilling way to approach goals because it emphasizes growth and progress over time, rather than tying success to a single outcome. The impact of small, consistent choices can also be seen in the way they influence others. When we consistently make positive choices, we inspire those around us to do the same. This is particularly evident in relationships where small, kind actions repeated over time build trust and strengthen bonds. Whether it's consistently expressing gratitude, offering help, or simply being present, these small actions accumulate to create strong, healthy relationships. In a broader sense, small, consistent choices can create a ripple effect that influences communities and even society as a whole. Just as negative behaviors can spread, so can positive ones, and the power of small, consistent choices lies in their ability to generate positive change on a larger scale. Ultimately, the power of small, consistent choices is rooted in their ability to create lasting transformation. While large, dramatic changes may grab attention, it's the small, quiet decisions made daily that truly shape our lives. These choices compound over time, building momentum, resilience, and discipline. They help us avoid perfectionism and give us the freedom to focus on progress rather than perfection. By embracing the power of small, consistent actions, we can achieve meaningful growth and create a life that reflects our long-term values and goals. The true power lies not in the size of the actions we take, but in our commitment to taking them consistently over time. Taking personal responsibility for growth is an essential aspect of becoming a better version of oneself. It involves an acknowledgement that, while external factors may influence one's life, the most powerful force for personal development lies within. This commitment requires one to assume ownership over their decisions, actions, and attitudes, ultimately leading to lasting transformation. Embracing responsibility in this context is not just about reacting to the world around you, but actively shaping your journey toward personal fulfillment and success. At the core of personal responsibility for growth is the understanding that life's outcomes are largely shaped by individual effort. Although circumstances and challenges may present themselves, it is the choices made in response to those situations that determine progress and motivation, which are critical for achieving both short-term goals and long-term aspirations. To take personal responsibility for growth means accepting that growth is a process, often involving trial and error. Mistakes and failures are an inevitable part of that journey, but they are also valuable learning experiences. Many people shy away from personal responsibility because it forces them to confront uncomfortable truths about their behavior, habits, and mindset. Growth, rather than be defeated by them, distinguishes those who truly commit to personal growth. One of the most significant aspects of personal responsibility for growth is adopting a growth mindset. A growth mindset is a belief that one's abilities and intelligence can be developed through effort, learning, and persistence. It contrasts with a fixed mindset, where individuals believe their abilities are static and unchangeable. When people embrace a growth mindset, they become more willing to take on challenges, persist in the face of difficulties, and view effort as a path to mastery. This mindset empowers individuals to approach life's challenges with resilience, seeing them not as threats but as opportunities for development. A key part of taking personal responsibility for growth is setting clear and achievable goals. These goals serve as roadmaps guiding individuals toward the desired outcomes in various areas of life, such as career, health, relationships, or personal development. When people set goals, they take ownership of their future, and they are more likely to engage in the behaviors necessary to reach those goals. Setting goals also helps individuals stay focused and motivated, as it gives them something concrete to work toward. However, it is important to note that these goals should be flexible, allowing room for adjustment as circumstances change or as individuals evolve in their journey. Accountability is another critical element of personal responsibility for growth. When individuals take responsibility for their development, they hold themselves accountable for their progress. This accountability can take many forms, such as self-reflection, journaling, or sharing goals with others for added support. Accountability ensures that individuals remain committed to their growth, even when the process becomes challenging. It also encourages honesty with oneself, as it requires a regular evaluation of progress and acknowledgement of both successes and areas needing improvement. When individuals hold themselves accountable, they are more likely to stay on track and push through obstacles that might otherwise derail their growth. An essential part of taking responsibility for growth is surrounding oneself with positive influences. The people, environments, and experiences that individuals expose themselves to play a significant role in shaping their mindset and behavior. Individuals who take responsibility for their growth actively seek out relationships and environments that support and encourage their development. This might mean finding mentors, engaging in constructive friendships, or participating in communities that inspire growth. Positive influences provide guidance, motivation, and feedback, all of which are crucial for continuous improvement. Conversely, those who avoid responsibility for their growth often allow negative influences to hinder their progress, blaming external factors rather than seeking out constructive environments. Taking personal responsibility for growth also requires embracing the concept of lifelong learning. Personal development is not a one-time event or a finite process, it is an ongoing journey. Those who commit to personal growth recognize that there is always something new to learn, whether it is a new skill, a new perspective, or a deeper understanding of oneself. Lifelong learners approach every situation with curiosity and a desire to grow. They are open to feedback and willing to adapt, understanding that growth requires continuous learning and adjustment. By adopting a mindset of lifelong learning, individuals remain adaptable and resilient in the face of change, better equipped to navigate the complexities of life. Another important aspect of taking responsibility for growth is developing emotional intelligence. Emotional intelligence involves understanding and managing one's emotions, as well as recognizing and influencing the emotions of others. High emotional intelligence allows individuals to navigate social interactions more effectively, manage stress, and build healthier relationships. By taking responsibility for their emotional growth, individuals learn to handle challenges with grace, maintain composure under pressure, and respond to difficult situations in a way that promotes positive outcomes. Emotional intelligence also helps individuals better understand the needs and feelings of others, which can enhance personal and professional relationships. The pursuit of personal growth requires self-discipline and consistency. It's easy to be motivated in the short term, but true growth happens over time, requiring sustained effort and dedication. Individuals who take responsibility for their growth understand that consistency is key to achieving meaningful change. They develop habits and routines that support their goals, even when motivation wanes. Self-discipline ensures that they continue to make progress, even on days when growth feels difficult or progress seems slow. It also helps individuals avoid distractions or temptations that could derail their progress. Through self-discipline, individuals build momentum, making growth not just an aspiration but a reality. Another dimension of personal responsibility for growth is resilience. Life is unpredictable, and setbacks are inevitable. Those who take responsibility for their growth develop resilience, the ability to bounce back from adversity and continue moving forward. Resilience is not about avoiding failure or hardship, but about how one responds to those challenges. By cultivating resilience, individuals can maintain their focus on growth, even in the face of obstacles. They understand that setbacks are temporary and that they have the power to overcome them through persistence and adaptability. Resilience allows individuals to navigate difficult times without losing sight of their long-term goals. Personal responsibility for growth also involves taking care of one's physical and mental health. Growth is not just about intellectual or emotional development, it also requires maintaining a healthy body and mind. Individuals who take responsibility for their growth prioritize their well-being, recognizing that physical health impacts mental clarity, emotional stability, and overall productivity. They make conscious choices to eat well, exercise, get enough sleep, and manage stress effectively. Similarly, they take care of their mental health by seeking support when needed, practicing mindfulness, and engaging in activities that promote mental and emotional well-being. By maintaining a healthy body and mind, individuals are better equipped to pursue their growth goals with energy and focus. Ultimately, taking personal responsibility for growth means living with intention. It involves being deliberate about how one spends their time, energy, and resources, ensuring that these are aligned with one's values and goals. Living intentionally requires individuals to regularly reflect on their priorities and make conscious choices that support their growth. This might mean setting boundaries to protect one's time, saying no to activities that don't serve one's goals, or making sacrifices in the short term for long-term gain. Those who live with intention take ownership of their lives, making proactive choices rather than being reactive to circumstances. Taking personal responsibility for growth is a powerful and transformative mindset. It requires individuals to acknowledge their role in shaping their future, take ownership of their decisions, and commit to continuous improvement. By embracing personal responsibility, individuals empower themselves to overcome obstacles, learn from failures, and achieve their goals. Growth is not something that happens by chance, it is the result of deliberate and intentional effort. Those who take responsibility for their growth understand that they are the architects of their own lives, capable of creating a future that reflects their values, aspirations, and potential. This commitment to personal growth fosters a deeper sense of fulfillment and purpose. When individuals take responsibility for their development, they experience a sense of control over their lives, which leads to increased confidence and self-efficacy. They understand that, while they cannot control every aspect of life, they can control how they respond to challenges and how they choose to grow from them. This mindset not only leads to personal success, but also contributes to a more meaningful and satisfying life. Growth, after all, is not just about achieving external success, it's about becoming the best version of oneself, continuously evolving and striving for excellence in all areas of life. Committing to daily improvement is one of the most powerful actions a person can take in their life. It involves the consistent, ongoing effort to be better than you were the day before, even if only by a small margin. This commitment is not about sudden, drastic changes, but about the gradual accumulation of small, daily efforts that eventually lead to significant transformation. It is this steady, intentional improvement that builds resilience, sharpens skills, and ultimately leads to success, fulfillment, and personal growth. At its core, daily improvement is about embracing the concept of continuous learning and self-betterment. Life is dynamic, and so are we. To remain stagnant in such a fast-changing world is to fall behind. The commitment to daily improvement means recognizing that every day presents an opportunity to grow, learn, and become better in some way. This can be in our personal habits, professional skills, relationships, mindset, or even in our physical and mental well-being. The accumulation of these small, daily wins creates a compounding effect that builds over time, resulting in a life of constant progress. The commitment to daily improvement often requires a shift in mindset. Many people believe that improvement must come in big leaps, that significant changes require dramatic effort. But the truth is, consistent, incremental improvement can be far more effective in the long run. Small steps taken daily are easier to maintain and integrate into life. They require less willpower and discipline than large, drastic changes, making it more likely that these habits will stick. Over time, these small changes build upon one another, creating exponential growth. This is sometimes referred to as the 1% improvement rule, which posits that if you improve by just 1% each day, those improvements compound, leading to significant progress over time. One of the greatest challenges people face when committing to daily improvement is the temptation to focus on perfection rather than progress. The idea of perfecting something can be overwhelming, causing many to either procrastinate or give up altogether. However, the essence of daily improvement lies in progress, not perfection. The focus is on getting better each day, no matter how small the improvement may be. It is about showing up, putting in the effort, and being better than you were yesterday, even if just slightly. Over time, these incremental improvements compound, creating momentum and motivation to keep going. When perfection is removed from the equation, people are freed from the fear of failure or falling short, and are more likely to remain committed to their goals. The concept of daily improvement can be applied to any area of life, and its benefits are far-reaching. In the workplace, committing to daily improvement can lead to increased productivity, skill development, and career growth. In personal relationships, it fosters better communication, but rather on small, consistent habits that lead to lasting change. In mental and emotional well-being, daily improvement fosters resilience, emotional intelligence, and self-awareness, creating a strong foundation for handling life's challenges with grace and poise. And in the professional realm, daily improvement can have a profound impact on career trajectory. In today's fast-paced, competitive world, those who commit to continuous learning and skill development are the ones who stand out. By improving a little bit each day, professionals can stay ahead of the curve, adapt to changes, and continually add value to their organizations. This can take the form of learning new skills, staying updated on industry trends. Over time, these small, daily efforts lead to professional growth that can result in promotions, new opportunities, and career advancement. When individuals take responsibility for their growth, they also develop a sense of self-awareness. This self-awareness is essential because it allows one to evaluate their strengths and weaknesses honestly. It's easy to focus on external obstacles, but those who practice personal responsibility recognize that internal barriers, such as self-doubt, fear of failure, or negative thinking, can often be the most significant challenges. Personal growth begins with understanding oneself, knowing what drives one's behavior, identifying areas that need improvement, and understanding how one's actions impact others. With increased self-awareness, individuals can take intentional steps to improve their lives, relationships, and professional endeavors. Furthermore, daily improvement fosters a mindset of curiosity and adaptability, which are essential traits in today's rapidly changing world. Those who are committed to learning and improving every day are more likely to be open to new ideas, willing to experiment, and comfortable with change. This adaptability is a key driver of innovation, both on an individual level and within organizations. When people are constantly seeking to improve, they are more likely to find creative solutions to problems and identify opportunities for growth and improvement in their work. In personal relationships, daily improvement can lead to deeper, more fulfilling connections with others. Relationships require effort, and just like anything else, they can benefit from the principles of continuous improvement. This could mean making a conscious effort to communicate better, to listen more actively, or to be more present with loved ones. Small gestures of kindness, gratitude, and support, when practiced daily, can have a profound impact on the quality of relationships. Over time, these small actions build trust, respect, and understanding, creating a solid foundation for long-lasting, healthy relationships. Committing to daily improvement in health and fitness is a sustainable approach to well-being. Rather than embarking on extreme diets or intense workout programs, which can be difficult to maintain, daily improvement focuses on small, manageable changes that can be sustained over time. This could be as simple as incorporating more vegetables into meals, taking a daily walk, or practicing mindfulness for a few minutes each day. These small habits may seem insignificant in the moment, but over time, they create a lifestyle that supports physical and mental health in a way that is both effective and sustainable. One of the most powerful aspects of committing to daily improvement is the positive impact it has on mental and emotional well-being. The process of improving a little each day fosters a growth mindset, which is the belief that abilities and intelligence can be developed through effort and learning. This mindset is crucial for resilience, as it encourages individuals to view challenges as opportunities for growth rather than as setbacks. When people are committed to improving each day, they are more likely to embrace challenges, learn from mistakes, and persevere through difficulties. This creates a sense of empowerment and self-efficacy, which in turn builds confidence and emotional strength. Moreover, daily improvement promotes self-awareness and mindfulness. When people are focused on getting better each day, they become more attuned to their habits, behaviors, and thought patterns. This self-awareness is the first step toward making positive changes, as it allows individuals to identify areas for improvement and take action. Mindfulness, or the practice of being present and fully engaged in the moment, is a key component of daily improvement, as it encourages individuals to approach each day with intention and purpose. By being mindful of their actions and decisions, people are more likely to make choices that align with their goals and values, leading to greater fulfillment and satisfaction in life. The commitment to daily improvement also builds discipline and consistency, two essential traits for achieving long-term success. Success rarely happens overnight. It is the result of consistent effort over time. By focusing on daily improvement, individuals develop the discipline to show up and put in the work each day, even when motivation wanes. This consistency is what separates those who achieve their goals from those who do not. It is easy to start strong when motivation is high, but the true test of commitment comes when the initial excitement fades and the daily grind sets in. Those who are committed to daily improvement understand that progress is made in the small, unglamorous moments of everyday life, and they are willing to put in the effort day after day, regardless of how they feel in the moment. Another important aspect of daily improvement is the concept of self-compassion. While the goal is to improve each day, it is inevitable that there will be setbacks, challenges, and days when progress feels slow or non-existent. In these moments, it is important to practice self-compassion, which involves being kind and understanding toward oneself rather than critical or judgmental. Self-compassion allows individuals to bounce back from setbacks more quickly and with a positive mindset. It is the recognition that improvement is a journey, and that it is okay to have off days or to make mistakes. What matters is the commitment to get back on track and keep moving forward. Finally, daily improvement is a powerful way to create a sense of purpose and direction in life. When individuals are committed to getting better each day, they are actively working toward their goals and aspirations. This creates a sense of momentum and purpose, as each day becomes an opportunity to move closer to achieving one's dreams. Whether the goal is personal or professional, large or small, the process of daily improvement ensures that progress is being made, even if it is slow. This sense of progress is incredibly motivating, as it creates a feeling of accomplishment and forward motion. Over time, these small daily improvements add up, leading to the achievement of goals that once seemed distant or unattainable. In conclusion, committing to daily improvement is a powerful and transformative practice that can have a profound impact on every area of life. It is about embracing the mindset of continuous learning and growth, and recognizing that each day is an opportunity to be better than the day before. Through small, consistent efforts, individuals can achieve significant progress over time, whether in their careers, relationships, health, or personal development. By focusing on progress rather than perfection, practicing self-compassion, and staying disciplined and consistent, daily improvement becomes a way of life that leads to lasting success, fulfillment, and personal growth. The journey of improvement is never-ending, but it is in this journey that we find purpose, direction, and the best version of ourselves.